Everybody, it's Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying the Pattegrisen, or the pink piglet. It's a very effective sea trout fly, but I'm sure it would work for other sea-grown salmonids and probably a range of other species too. This fly, along with the last video that I did, the Hoover shrimp, I'll be going into a box that will be part of the Patreon giveaway. So if I hit 50 Patreon patrons, I'll be selecting one of them at random to win a box of 20 sea trout flies. There'll be 10 patterns, 2 of each, and I'll be letting you know as the video's going which flies will be in it. So to find my Patreon account, my Patreon page, there will be a link in the description below, along with the materials list for this fly, so you can tie your own. So to get started, I've got a number 4 811S in the vise, but any standard saltwater hook will do. Just got to run on some pink danvels. Right, this is too tendon here, but you can use whatever you like. We're to tie in the mouth parts, which are mallard flank feather fibres. So you only need like one side of the feather really. I'm just going to sort of pull the tips out 90 degrees from the stem, strip them off, and then I'll roll them together to sort of group them a bit. And it's no super crucial, but length is the length of the hook just tie that in securely and just cover up your butt ends with your thread. Right, don't worry that you're creating a wee hump here, you want the back end to be a bit bigger. The hackle is from a whiting spey cape, neck, and this is salmon pink. It's a grizzly dyed salmon pink. It's very difficult to get the cream dyed salmon pink for whatever reason. I think they get bought up by all the Danish guys almost immediately. So tie this in by the tip. I mean, you can also tie these in tan as well, or whatever colour you like really. Olive might be nice. Trim my way waist, and I'll just take the thread to the eye so it's sort of out of the way. Now, got to wind this hackle forward, and you need to be quite careful. You've got to really stroke it back at every turn and make sure that you don't trap any fibres. It's quite difficult to pull them out with a dubbing needle after. They're liable to snap when they're against the bare thread. On the second hackle in the body, they seem to pull free from the dubbing a wee bit more easily. So just take your time. Wind this forward and touching turns, stroking the fibres as you go, and you can use your wee toothbrush. A wee bit of bother. I mean, it depends how fussy you want to be. It is a fishing fly, so you don't need to necessarily go crazy. And when you've got enough, which I have there, right, with my just about there, I would say that's enough. I'll back my thread off until I come to the hackle stem. Then I'll put a bend in the hackle stem around the thread, and I'll just work my thread up between the fibres so that I'm not trapping tons of fibres. Take a couple of turns, and I'll just come in and trim that away. I just trapped a fibre there, so I'll back the thread off one turn to free it. Again, the thread grips it so you can't really just pull them out. Then I'm just going to wind back over this until I'm just in front of the barb. That gives us a nice sort of shrimpy set of mouth parts and feelers. Now I'm going to add my weight, which I've just got some lengths of lead wire. It's a wee bit long. And I'm just going to add them to the underside of the shank. And this will keel it because it will flip if you don't. Right, just to keep it running in the correct angle, you need this keel. And I mean, when you tie them, it's up to you how much lead you stick on. Really. Oh dear. Oh, that came out, that was good. That one snapped. There we go. Right, then I'm going to take a bit of dubbing. This is SLF and Shell Pink. It's a saltwater SLF. It's a nice blend, sort of fluorescent pink, peach, yellow and white, I think. And you could blend your own, but it comes ready blended, so there's not really much point. So I'm just going to get that on there, and I'm going to tighten this as I go, just building a dubbing ball no further forward than the point of the hook. And then we're ready for the eyes. These are just eyes that I make. It's burnt mono, dipped in varnish and then in epoxy. I quite like the effect, you get a slight kind of pupil effect. Just got to offer them in, coming back halfway, about half the length of the mallard, catch them in. Check them for length, and then wind back with tight wraps, get them onto that dubbing ball to sort of splay them, and you can sort of play with them to get them positioned as you like, quite like that. Use the back of the scissors and take away the butts. And to secure this at the back, we'll stick a bit of super glue over here. And tie over it nice and tight, and they're not going to pull out. So you've got something like that, right? These eyes are sort of splayed. Next it's time to tie in the rib, so I'm using fluorocarbon. You could use nylon, as long as it's a monofilament you use. This is, I think, £6 or something. So tie it in, 2 or 3 wraps, going that way, and fold it back. And I tie it in so that it's on my off side, right? Then we'll take another spey hackle. But tie this one in the other way, so it's going in butt end first, on top of the shank. Just tidy all that up. And it's just time for some more dubbing, and you don't need a ton of dubbing. You're only covering the thread, really. Let's push that up. Now, you see that I could push that up, that's because I don't wax the thread for dubbing, right? You don't need to wax your thread for dubbing, unless you're touch dubbing. I don't really like the term dubbing wax. I think fly tyers wax is really what you should be thinking of it as. It's wax has a lot of uses, but ordinary dubbing isn't one of them. Learn to dub properly. Just apply the pressure. In one direction, and the dubbing will just go into the thread for you. So that's me, I've dubbed up to the front, and I've left myself a head space, a couple of millimetres, plenty. I'm going to wind this hackle. I'm going to wind the hackle in the opposite direction, right? So although it's twisting on me, which I don't like. There we go. So I'm going to counter rib this hackle basically. Full turn at the back. And you just sweep your fibres back every turn. Four or 5 turns is enough. Come across your thread, fold the tip back, and just pinch it off. And anything that's going forward, I just sweep that back at this stage. I'll give this a wee brush. It's not bad. Now for the back, I just use Congo here from Fly Tyers Dungeon. It's just similar to EP fibre. Take a decent bunch, I don't know what that is, half a pencil. Just sweep the hackle fibres down off the back and off of that in. Now I like to leave myself a tag here just to help me manipulate the Congo fibre. So tighten that up, take a wrap in front, and I'll just throw a wee half hitch on here. Just to save my work, if you like. Right, and that should be, when you pull it kind of tight, it should be enough to cover the back like that. Right, and you can adjust the tension, spread it, and you can mess about with it with your thumbnail once you've got it tied in. So the reason I tied the rib on my offside is so that I can get a wrap around the body before I come to the Congo here, or whatever you're using. If you could use fish hair or EP fibre or whatever. If you don't do this, the rib will just try to push it away from you, right? But once you do it like this, you've got a, it's sort of gripped in, and you're actually tying. It sort of ties it down a bit better. So now we're just taking the rib forward. Right, you can use a brush or your dubbing needle, trying not to catch any fibres. Sometimes the brush is better. And you can just back, if there's a kind of troublesome bit, just back the tension off slightly, and it'll allow those hackle fibres to come out. I mean, you don't, again, it's how fussy do you want to be. I mean, usually if you kind of wiggle it and you'll get it through there. And it'll be set a perfectly serviceable fishing fly. I can see some trap fibres there that are annoying me, so I'll just go back a wee touch and get my dubbing needle in. The rotary vise really helps you with this because you can see everything that's going on. I mean, obviously, the fewer fibres you catch and the freer these hackles are, the better the fly will move. I mean, if you trap them all down, you're sort of defeating the purpose of using the spey hackle in the first place. Now I'll take just a couple of full wraps around the head, and then I'll come across that with my thread and I'll pull it backwards, and that's tied in two directions. It's never going to pull out. Trim it away. Now, just to make sure, you can still move this a wee bit. I come in with my thumbnail, sort of, you can pull this tight and what have you and adjust it. That's why I leave the stub end there. Happy with that, so I'm going to come in tight, trim that away, and then I'm going to come over the top and trim this at an angle. you a kind of shrimpy, to imitate the rostrum, a little shrimpy profile. And that's it. We'll just cover up this butt ends, make a clean head. Whip finish. And then to finish the fly, what I like to do is take some Loon soft head. You could use UV resin, but I like the soft head. It's really nice and tough, and it's flexible. Because when white dries clear, it soaks into these fibres nicely. But as I say, use what you like. If you want to use UV resin, that's up to you. Just make sure you come up onto this cut end here. Let's take them away. There's two fibres in I never liked. And completely encase all of the rib on the top. And then I'll just go round the thread head as well. And there you go, that's the tying done. You just set that aside to dry. That's the Pattegrisen, or a pink piglet. Super effective sea trout fly. It's very, very mobile in the water and well worth a place in your box. So, I hope that was useful, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Take lines, guys. Bye.